Brownie.
It's a podcast bonus.
Nova.
Chrissie Swan, Sam Pang and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissie's Celebrity Stuff.
Royal alert, royal news.
Wait a second.
This is actually news, though.
Let's
This
just
is
see.
interesting. Let's
just
see.
see if you
Okay.
can top something from Winthorpe, Batten House, Bartholomew, Carringbush III.
Yes. I think I can.
Really?
Because are you wondering, as I am, the most interesting part of this is what happens to the corgis. I search corgi
think
on
we all
Gumtree all the time.
Go out to the farm.
End up in a dogfighting ring.
No, they... Can you imagine a corgi turning up to a dogfighting ring?
Hey, good fighters.
They're so beautiful.
Hey, styles make fights. You know, so
The Queen obviously loved...
sorry.
The Queen obviously loved corgis her whole life, and she shared this love with her former daughter-in-law, Sarah Ferguson, Fergie. And Prince Andrew and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, are going to be the new owners of the Queen's corgis that
Lucky
she
ducks.
left behind. Aren't they so lucky?
Yes.
I saw one of the pieces of Vision 20 was all the living UK prime ministers standing in a line, and I thought they were actually just going to get handed a corgi as they headed out. You know what I mean?
Have you
Here's your
seen
corgi.
this is an interesting thing. I've seen the photos of the corgis getting off the plane.
Are they a little bit sad?
They are sad. They are. They look measurably upset. Here is a little tidbit for you. The Queen's passion for corgis dated back to her childhood, when she fell in love with her father, King George VI's dog, Dookie. In 1944, on her 18th birthday, she was given a Pembroke Welsh Corgi puppy. So it's been a long-standing love affair, and she called this puppy
Yes.
Susan. And she was...
That's surprising.
Oh, what a great name for a corgi puppy, Susan. And then she was so in love with Susan that she even took her on her honeymoon in 1947. Philip.
I mean, Philip was
Susan,
thrilled with that.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure
Say
he
a
was.
long-standing love affair or a fetish. It's a fine,
That's a fine line,
isn't it?
Hey,
it is
come
a
on.
fine line.
Didn't one of the royals go to Sovereign Hill? I think Philip or someone in one of the last tours.
I
that
think
was
you're
spotted
absolutely right.
Nova.
Chrissie Swan, Sam Pang and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissie's Celebrity Stuff.
I mean, there was a time when we didn't know the Kardashians, and if you're wondering how we know them so well, it all started with the allegedly unauthorised release of a private adult tape.
Which they sent in to America's Funniest Home Videos.
Between Kim Kardashian and her then boyfriend.
The sound effects seemed unnecessary.
Ex-boyfriend.
Doink.
Hey, Mum. Hey, Mum. Oh, no, I fell over. With her then boyfriend, Ray J.
One of the greats.
One of the greats. He's got a famous sister.
Jessie J.
Oh, look that up. Look that up.
Hey, good guess.
Brandy. Yes. The boy is mine. Somebody, you may not know that. Good tidbit. Anyway, Kris Jenner. She still go by Kris Jenner?
She does.
Okay, Kris Jenner was on James Corden's lie detector segment on his show. And she was asked, because there's always these rumours that because she's the momager and in charge of everything, that she knew about these sex tapes and she completely orchestrated the whole thing, which is so ick. Anyway, she was put on a lie detector and asked the big question.
Did you help Kim release her sex tape?
It's okay. No.
True. Of course it's true.
There you go. So she seems to be clear there.
Okay.
But Ray J, the other star, I use that term fairly loosely, of the adult content video, private, personal.
From what I gather, he did a lot of heavy lifting in that.
Yes.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
haven't seen it.
Anyway, he's taken to Instagram and he's got a problem with this.
You want to see the sex tape contract? There it is. They done already breached the contract by talking about it. So let's talk about it. Tape number 1, Cabo intro. Tape number 2, Cabo sex.
That was the best one.
Tape number 3, here's the one that they said I had. Santa Barbara sex.
He also says that Kris handpicked the one where Kim looked the best, watched them all, and said, let's release this one.
Well, that's just a caring mother. What's wrong?
Wow.
Wow, Swanee.
What is going on?
That's next level strange, isn't it?
It is next level strange to the point where could it be true? It beggars belief.
Well, it is. They've done a side-by-side of Kim's handwriting and the contract which she apparently signed and wrote in.
It
And
does
it's the
look
same.
Wait, hand them to the judge. Give the judge the document.
Please hand the evidence to the judge.
Let's just see the...
Your Honour, just
Quiet,
submitting,
please. There's order in the court.
submitting the handwriting evidence.
Yes. No, well, I'll give this to the bailiff, and I'll
Do you
read that and watch the tape later in chambers.
I bet you will.
I just need to.
Yeah, robe up.
Thank you,
Robe up.
bailiff. Take this woman away.
Hey.
Nova.
Chrissie Swan, Sam Pang, and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissy's Celebrity Stuff.
If you're wondering the fate of the Queen's corgis,
Wasn't.
and I am, because I love corgis. She had 4, yes.
No, I'll give you.
No, you go.
can- All right. I'm just saying. Let's not be surprised if they do end up in a dogfighting ring. Okay.
Corgis.
Yeah.
Defending the late Queen's honour in a fighting ring.
Will they have, they'll need the extra spurs.
It's not reported enough that she loved it. Where are they going, Swanee?
A couple of stories that I like. Her first corgi was called Susan. And if I ever get a corgi, that's exactly what is going to be engraved on the collar.
Why don't you get one?
Susan. I've got enough things dependent on me, Sam. Truly. I don't need another one. My dream is when I'm, alone, living by myself and just drinking cups of tea. That's when I'll get my corgi. When no bastards are hassling me. Just me and my corgi, Susan. Susan.
That is healthy.
Anyway, if you're wondering where they're going, I think it is healthy, actually. Don't you?
No.
Really? Why?
The idea that's your dream. To be alone in a room drinking tea
With a
Yeah.
with a corgi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Running Susan's Instagram. The corgi has to have its own
Yeah.
Instagram.
Maybe think about the corgi in that
point.
relationship too, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe the Instagram account could be called She Knows That My Name Is Susan.
That corgi would wander onto the M3 voluntarily. Good morning, Melbourne.
I didn't even get the story out.
What was the story?
Nah,
what's
stop
the story?
it. Stop Dua Lipa.
Oi, what's the story?
As much as I love that song. Prince Andrew and his ex-wife Fergie are going to take the corgis. But here's a twist. The Queen's leaving behind 4 dogs, 2 purebred corgis. And Andrew and Fergie are taking those 2. But it's unclear who will be looking after the other 2, Candy and Lissy, which is a Cocker Spaniel and a crossbreed corgi. And Prince Andrew doesn't want them. Maybe they're too old.
Oh, yes!
I would have thought he'd take him, Swanee. You've got plenty of time.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.